Hey guys, welcome to the Miss Lillian's page. I am Crysta Barrera, furniture artist out of Berry, Texas. Litter to glitter. You guys know me, you know. So come hang out with me today. Let me get this refreshed. Hopefully the video is up and I can see comments. Why is that? Hopefully the video is up. Ugh. Sorry about that, guys. So, what are we doing today? Good question. Okay, so I'm working on the molds, the mushrooms that are going on the piece. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding some glaze, and then I'm actually going to be adding a few to the piece, but I wanted to show you the steps that I did on the mushrooms before I put them on and show you guys how to apply them. So when you get on, tell me hi, tell me where you're out of, tell me what you're working on. Just talk to me. It's one of those days. Talk to me. Just to let you know, guys, we do have a storm rolling into our area. They said between 3 and 5, and it is 3 here, and it is rolling in. So if I lose you guys, I'm so sorry. But, you know, country living and internet don't always go together. Anyway, so what I've done is the molds that I've done so far. What I've done is see if I can get this way extreme close up. I painted them with Lonesome Dove, Chanel, and Riverstone. And then I took my burnt umber glaze and I kind of went over them to hit the highlights. This one really shows it. See how you can really see how it highlighted those upper details. And then this one is done in Sweet Pea. And what we are going to do is Milo and Picasso's on. Hello, Milo and Picasso. We're going to make them look like this. You see the glaze. We put pearl glaze over top of that. See, it's got that shimmer. And I love how this one turned out. So I was playing with them last night. And, you know, this is a collaboration between myself and Sue from Milo and Picasso. Got her on the phone last night. Sent her the "you up" text. Hey, two chatty chicks. So Renee is on with us as well. And make sure if you're a Miss Lillian's retailer or home studio partner that you put in your links so people can find you. So this one is over raspberry sorbet. And with the pearl glaze and the burnt umber glaze. And what we're going to be doing is applying some of that. So a lot of us will get a bag. Well, I'll just show you the whole bag. A bag of these things, you know, the Jello shooter cups, and they got the lids. Well, if you're just going to use a little bit of glaze, I just use the top. I flipped my lid, guys. So you take your lid, because you don't use as many lids as you do cups. Well, if you need a little bit, this one does not have the little X in the middle for like a straw or anything. So just flip it upside down, and you've got a little container, an itty bitty container. And so, hello, Whiskey Girl. I've got the kids are in and out. So I'm giving this is pearl. This is the Miss Lillian's metallic glaze in pearl. Just giving a little shaky. Anne from Indiana's on with us. Hey, Anne. And I'm just going to put a little bit after you flip your lid. And I'm just going to put a little bit in my lid. Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my craft brushes. And I've got an assortment of craft brushes over here. And says, okay, finally got you on YouTube. Oh, okay. So let me grab a good crafting brush for what I'm doing. It's not as wide as I would like, but, and then what just so you guys can see, here I've just got a mason jar with some water. So when I'm done, I just dunk my brush in there. Keeps it wet, and then I don't have to run and clean my brushes every time. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking, get you guys over here and down. This is my flipped lid with some of my pearl glaze. And I'm just going to be taking a little bitty bit and just kind of dry brushing it over. So I am doing this with the camera. And so it's a little weird, but I want you guys to see how just it's going to hit those highlights. Do I have any idea what I'm doing with the gnome yet? I gave him, I don't know if you can see him in the background. He's right here. I did give him one coat of sweet pea, and I like the way he looked. Just with the sweet pea on him, it kind of makes him look mossy, like he's just patinaed a little bit. So I haven't decided yet, but we're going to get there. We are going to get there. So I am just hitting this all over. And instead of going all over, I am just going to hit just a little bit all over that mushroom. And you can see how it's going to, I'm going to put that off to the side to let it dry for just a minute. This is, all the bases on the mushroom are the same. That is Lonesome Dove, Chanel, Riverstone with burnt umber glaze over it on the base. That's, so there's, and then the top of this one is Orangey Glad. And so all the bases of the mushrooms are the same. And we are just going to hit it, highlight it with that pearl glaze all over the place. And then down, just to give it a little stroopy, a little stripe. And, so I've got a couple. Oops, whiskey just hit the tripod. I've got a couple that I've already finished. Like this one is in the sweet pea as well. And what I'm going to do after all these dry, after I get them glazed, and see, I've got raspberry sorbet, I've got barn door, we've got, what is this one? Is this sour apple? Yeah, sour apple. Lots of colors on this, guys. Lots of different colors. Okay, so where did I put? There is. This is one of Sue's signature colors. It's Snowflake. And what I'm going to do is squeeze the top off of that bad boy. There we go. Put that off to the side. Now I am going to take just a little fine brush, a little craft brush. Get a little bit of my snowflake on there. And I'm going to go back, and on this one, you can see where it's a little bit raised. And so I'm going to hit the top of those little nubs and spot where the raises are. And I wanted to do that on top of all my pearl glaze, on top of everything, because I wanted it to look like the mushroom is spotted, is glazed, but then do the spots on top. So you can see the difference between this side with the white dots and this side without. And so there's a lot of detail work going on this piece, guys. And we're just hitting the top of those little nubs of the mold. And you'll see here in just a minute. And I wanted to get this one done so I can show you on the piece what I mean, the difference between putting your molds on first and your molds on last. So remember, was it last week before? I don't know. We've been working on this project a while. So there is the mushroom. I'm going to put it off here because I know where that one's going. Same thing with my raspberry sorbet mushroom. I am going to be hitting those with the dots as well. And dot just going anywhere I see the little dots. And I'm not going to hit them all because I don't want it to be, this one is very, very bumpy. But I just want to give it some character. And there you go. Just some little spots. You can see right in here where I didn't hit the raised bumps, and that is fine. You don't have to do everything. Oh, thank you. Sue says she loves the orange and pink mushrooms. Milo and Picasso, and we're up to over 30 products so far. Yes, we are. Stacy says she loves the textured look on the mushrooms. I love them. So Renee says, love it. I may send you something. I can't wait. I love getting my packages from Renee. My happy mail from Renee is always love. So this is one of the Orangey Glad mushrooms. And this one, I'm going to really get off a lot of my paint. Because what I'm going to do is just slightly go over and dry brush the nubs. Because this one has like nubs on one side and down this side. And we're just going to kind of dry brush over it. And so there you go. Get you guys extreme close up. And that is with the Pearl Glaze. And that one I did last night. And okay, so when you're putting molds on, you can choose your glue. Make sure that you use glue that you know is going to stick to both the epoxy, or if you're using the air dry clay or whatever you're using, make sure that you get the correct glue for that. Now, a couple examples. You've got your E6000 and you've got your Type Bond wood glue. Either one of these will work. I like using this. It sets up faster. And I seem to like it. And Renee says, grin, grin. Do you have a cat in your lap, like you're stroking it, like the evil genius, like you know something I don't know? Because that's how I picture you right now. So I told you guys, and excuse me, but I'm going to have to move my puppy. He's, well, Ford, one of the puppies. He is, let's see here, see if I can get you guys down. Ford is right there, and I need to get where he is so I can glue stuff on. Ford, baby, would you mind? Excuse me. Okay, I need to get where you are, baby. I know, Mama's coming to the floor. Now, the fun part of this is that it's easy to get down. It's easy to get down. It is very difficult to get up. So try to get you guys there. That's good enough. So, told you guys we were going to put them over top of this drawer. Get you guys in. And so I wanted to get one that covered the hole, but also didn't go all the way up. So I'm going to be using this little pink one. Hey, Desiree. Desiree is on. Stacy says, good luck moving the giant baby. Yes, I'm well aware. So let me see if I can get, I didn't get my E6000 open before I went live. Oh, that wasn't bad. You got comments on YouTube or anything? No. All right. Austin just walked in. Globby, globby. And so I am going to be just using a little bit, running it down it. And you don't want a massive amount. You want it very, very thin on the back. Because when you squish it up against the piece, what's going to happen is stuff's going to squish out. And anything that you put excess on there, you're going to have to get off with a brush and probably ruin a brush. So we are going to place this one right over top of that hole. And with the E6000, I usually do not have to tape it. You just hold it for a few seconds. And Ford is, I mean, literally right behind me. If I move back, I'm going to sit on his head. So you just hold it for a moment. Pressing firmly. There we go. And I've covered the hole. I do not have to worry about mudding it or anything like that. The hole is covered. And there we are. So where's the big one? Okay. So was it? No. This one. Okay. Let me see. Excuse me, Ford. Ford, you're going to have to move, baby. So let me see. Okay, it's going to be weird here. I'm going to put my camera. I need to move my tripod down so you guys can see. I keep telling myself I'm just going to do stuff with one angle. But, you know, I lied. So let me get my tripod legs down. So, because I really want you guys to see a good angle on this. So there. And all right. On this side, you see this lady down here? Oh, that's still not as low as I would like. Okay. So sorry about my hand. See this little lady right there? What I'm going to do is take this one and overlap the transfer with it. That is why you make sure that your transfers are sealed if you're going to glue or glaze or anything over top. And it's going to look like she's peeking out. Should I do her there? What do you think? Right about there? And what that's going to do is make it look like she's behind it. And that will give it some more depth and dimension. So tell me if you think I should have her overlapping that much, or should I just have it off to the side with like a little overlap? Tell me what you think. So I'm going to put you guys the camera back in the tripod, hopefully without any major disturbances. Oh, okay, there we go. And then I will glue it there, and then I will show you. Let me get to my comments real quick. I did not grab my okay, so do you think that I should do little or a lot of the overlap? We just got a few seconds, so if you got an opinion, throw that in so I know what you guys think. Thank you, Renee. Renee said she glittered me. I'm going to get the glue on this, give you guys a few seconds to Milo and Picasso. It says that you put something in, but on my side, it didn't give me what you put in. It just says Milo and Picasso. Kathy or Renee says a little. Okay. Keely is on. Hey, Keely. Make sure you put in your retailer, the link to your Facebook page so people can find you. There you go.
Milo Picasso put a lot.
Oh, Milo. Okay, so Sue said a lot. Desiree said a lot. All right. So Renee, you're gonna get, since Sue and I are working on this piece together, I'm gonna go with what Sue said and do a lot. So I did not get enough glue on the top. It's not sticking. I didn't get enough on there. That's okay. I can fix that. Just because I spread it very, very thin in hopes that I don't have cookies coming out. But that's okay. I can go back and add more. And so we're going to go right. And Ford is snoring. Guys, if y'all hear snoring, I'm sorry. Ford is snoring. Keely said, holy cuteness. I love that. Thank you, Keely. So we are gluing on some of our molds that we're doing, and I will do more off camera, are the fairy decoupage or transfer. This is a transfer by Prima. And so it's actually one of their smaller ones. And for smaller projects. And I thought to myself, yes, I bought it. I just thought it was really, really cute. Like I bought it over a year ago and it's been sitting in my arsenal waiting for a piece to go. I want to be cute and sparkly and have fairies. And then this piece came along and I said, this needs to be cute and sparkly and have fairies. So that's what we're doing. And just pressing and holding for a few seconds. Anne says, boy, this piece is to die for. Thank you, Anne. Now, this one isn't actually fairies. Like, if you notice, let me see if I can put you up on here and get you guys in a good close-up. Each one of the little fairy or whatever you want to call them, actually came with something underneath of them that like said, like this one underneath of it said honeysuckle, and I cut that off. And so they actually don't have wings, but to me, they just look like fairies without wings. So again, I'm still pressing and holding because this is a big one. This is a big one. I want to make sure that my glue, go back and press. Yeah, that one's sticking good. And I'm just holding. Now you can hold these down with painter's tape or something like that. I don't need to do that. I'm just going to sit here and press for a second. Keely says they aren't really fairies, but close enough for me, like the flower fairies. Yeah, like the flower fairies from Fern Gully, except for they don't have wings. Yeah, they haven't received their wings yet. We need to ring some bells so the fairies can get their wings. And so there we go. And then let me get, we're going to put this blue one over. No, well, yeah, I'll add some glaze to it after I get it on. Again, I'm going to show you how I'm covering the hole, cheating a little bit, covering the hole without mudding it. And we're going to put this one right in there. And I will make groupings out of these as well. I will add more. So get you guys in there. And pressing and holding them. I will add more glaze to this one. I did not glaze the top of this one, and I don't think I put enough glue on that one either. I didn't. Yeah, it's not grabbing. I put enough glue on the bottom, but not on the top. I can fix that. Don't be upset if you've got to go back. It's fine. I would rather go back 3 or 4 times and add more glue to it than to have it squishing out everywhere. We don't want squishies. So we're just holding that in place where I want it, covering that hole. And I will add more mushrooms all the way around. But in order to make sure I get this hole covered and that hole covered, I wanted to get these in place first. And then I will shape all of my other mushrooms around it and space them around with these lovely babies here. And that way, I won't come back and go, oh, I forgot I'm supposed to cover that hole, and then not have room to cover the hole. So make sure you do those first. There we go. They're sticking. We're getting there. All right. So now that we've got those, and that one is sticking really well, making sure that those are on there. There we go. All right. Thank you, Renee. Renee said this is total perfection. Okay, now y'all get to see my messy studio because I have to get the legs on my tripod back up, which means, you know, fun, fun, fun. And the third leg. There we go. So I can get back up to the table. And just because I like myself, I am not going to put the camera over for y'all to see me get up because that is comical for y'all. Devastating for me. Woo! I actually did it, guys. I actually got up off the floor. Are y'all impressed? That's the painter's workout, man. Whew. Up, down, up, down. Keely said that the blending on this piece is fab. Sue from Milo and Picasso did that when she was here in Texas. Sue did the blending. And okay, so what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to switch back over to this baby, my shorty gnome. I am going to, I really kind of like when I painted him at first with Sweet Pea, which is one of my signature colors. He just looks mossy and overgrown. And I am not sure, and it's what has been going through my mind since I painted him, whether or not I should make him look mossy, or should like he just mossy all over, or if I should try to go in and paint the face and the hands and kind of, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I do know I need to get another coat on him. So I've got my Sweet Pea and I got my brush. And so we're just going to go over him. This piece is textured. I don't know if you can see, it was textured when I bought it. And so that is, we're just kind of on this one. I'm just kind of making a little bit more texture. I'm going to tap, tap, tappy all around instead of the first coat I brushed. And this coat I'm going to tap on with my Miss Lillian's, my natural tip brush. That's going to give me more texture just with my paint. Ford. So Ford decided he was going to wake up and hit my tripod because, you know, it's what he does. Making sure I get all over. I kind of like, tell me if you think we should make him look alive or if we should make him look mossy. I'm kind of liking the mossiness of him, but tell me what you think. And if you didn't see the post on my Litter to Glitter page, Sue, I say Sue and I just submitted the picture. Sue's the one that painted it. Sue and I are first place for the best like photo of the Waco Crafters Convention. And so congratulations to Sue. She did an amazing job on that boho piece. It was gorgeous. And so we're getting more texture just by tap, tap, tappy. Feel like Happy. Wasn't that in Happy Gilmore? Tap, tap, tappy. When he was trying to get the ball. Go in the hole. You live. This is your home. Don't you want to go home? So, yeah. A little tap, tap, tappy. All over. Just giving it a second coat. And for Miss Lillian's this month, you have today and tomorrow to put your order in. This will be her last sale for a few months. So if you want to use Mother's Day 20 all caps and get 20% off. Like I said, you have until tomorrow at midnight to get your orders in. And save yourself an extra 20%. That's always good. Excuse me. I don't mean to be R-rated, but I got to get his little gnome took us here. Get the back of his chucks. Making sure I get in all the little crevices and creases and dips and peaks and valleys and so just a little bit more texture. I am thinking about using, another thought that I had was taking all the colors that we used on the mushroom heads for this piece and painting, because the sweet pea was one of the colors that we used on the mushrooms, and that's what he completely is. And then going back and doing some of the details with the other colors of the mushroom heads.
Ma says hi.
Ma is on YouTube. She says hi. Hi, Ma. I am working on my little shorty gnome. If y'all saw my litter to glitter, I love gnomes. They remind me of my husband. And poor Deb Olson, she says she will never look at a gnome the same again because she knows my husband. And she's like, oh my God, that's perfect. So that's where we're at, guys. Make sure to join Sue and I over on Painting with Whiskey and Women. Thursday, we have a huge announcement to make. One of the biggest announcements we have ever made on Whiskey and Women will be this Thursday at 11 Eastern, 11 Central, noon Eastern. And one of the biggest announcements we have ever made will be made Thursday. And I will be back with you guys next Tuesday. Hopefully, I will have all of this done and we will be moving on to a new project, but I will be showing you guys pictures of this. And guys, much love. I will see you soon. Crysta from Litter to Glitter, Barry, Texas. Much love, you guys. Bye.